Hello, everyone. I'm Adisak dari Ling 912. So I would like to go to the title about poor household spending during the COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia. So in this introduction for this, so the story for COVID-19 start back in December 2019 in Wuhan, Hubei, China, and start record in Malaysia on January 25th, 2020. After the case is increased drastically. The Malaysian government decided to receive the MCO on March 18, bringing to the economic recession, high employment, inflation, and many economic places closed. Many premises also closed. So in that case, that means uh, the household income also drastically decreased. Only severely a little bit affected is going to be online working only. There are some effects as well. We can see a lot people struggle to find the income. As a result, the profit is translated to losses actually. So there are for resource analysis. We start with objective. So our research is to analyze the poor household spending pattern in Malaysia due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And there are three questions, main objective here. First, what is the key factor or determinant of the poor household spending in Malaysia? How will the poor household do when they facing inflation money to spend? And why the related policy implication to overcome this issue? So scope of study, we have the 34 million clearly, but of them there are more than 30 million local people with representing 90% of all population here. There are almost 18 million of males and the rest for females only by the first quarter of 2023. Most of that is Malay, followed by Chinese and Indian, and there are some moving trust as well. So our scope for the respondents only for Malaysian student or Malaysian respondents only. So we not include the disqualified respondents as well as non-citizens like uh, abroad around the world and like not any income non B40 groups that is lower than 2,000 ringgit and below per month. And there there are 60 respondents. Yeah. For symmetrical of study, we focus how to discover for any categories for monthly spending level in the household. So we can see we have seen a lot people to try to spend any like based on how important goods is, how to base quality. Yeah, it's based on how everyone can buy anything is, but we also gonna find out how this thing the household make uh translate profit to loss after buy any too expensive actually. So we start for main issue here is a poor household spending. So we can see here many households experience a loss of income and financial strain. So even if we try using any assistance, for example, like many bantu rakyat, for example, this leads some negative impact for the economic and situation in Malaysia as well, and even the premises. And it's just not just the reducing of GDP, it's also will increase the unemployment rate. And so that's why we are going important to understand how that is for household spending will affect everything to the everything based on economic indicators. Next, we go to interior goods for poor household. So anything we can happen is many people try to buy some interior goods depending on the like food or something. However, because they buy a lot too much, like for example, like go to McDonald's or even Starbucks or even Mary Brown, it's many prices for the food or something like interesting. Yeah, the too much quality here, there's a lot of prices. This leads to much spending actually. So we got to literature review. First is the method literature. So we got the instruction will result GDP will result decreased household income. And then the gap, we there's a need to delve deeper. So based on behavioral responses based on individual or household. Concept we have six of them: increase poverty, absolute poverty, income reduction, rising cost essentials, limit access like social happiness and health expenditures. And theory, we got permanent income, hypothesis, precaution daily life savings, and behavioral economic insights. So we have seven of them for possible variables. We got salary, savings, dividends, subsidy, education, age, and occupation. However, we bring everything here. So I listed eight of them as 10 of them for X and Y variables in methodology. Average income per month, gender, age, race, house size, religion, residential area, employment status, marital status, and education level. And for X variable, I chose average spending per month. So for model specification, I use a multiple regression function. So this is my formula actually to understand how we can compare actually. And then functional form, there are two, linear form and log-link form. Uh, Text statistics on the hand, we're gonna must know understand. We just have zero if the p value is lower than alpha. So f dash fs lower than fc. That means we can reject h zero. And w variables are on the hand. If d hd equal one, that means it's will be the selected variable is true. For otherwise, this is gonna be false. So we go to summary statistics. There are 60 respondents. So average income is 3,218 ringgit and 33 cents. Gender, we have 26 females and 34 males of respondents. All age is 20s and 30s. For race, there are 22 Chinese, 21 Malays, and 17 Indians. Household size, we have there are 20 each, have 4 or 5 household size. Religion, we have 20 Buddhism and 20 Islam, and the rest are like Taoism, Hinduism, and Christians. Rest area, we have 24 rural and 36 urban. Employment status, we have 32 employed, while the rest are self-employed and students. Martial status, we have 26 married and 34 single. And education, we have 30 territory, 36 secondary, and 4 primary. And average spending is 1,730 ringgit. So we go to linear form. So model summary. So I put main focus is going to be at square at 2 actually. So we got 0.642. In that case means if you want to compare between the between x and y variables, in that case uh, that any x variables can be related to y variables by 64.2%. For another table on the hand, so we have the two rules actually. For f statistics, we must have more than 2 and or p-value must be lower than 0.05. So this one can reject H0. But in that case, that means f now more than that already because it's 8.009 and p-value is lower than 0.001. Next, we go to linear form. We have two of them, linear regression and t-statistic p-values. So we focus only estimated value of beta here. So for example, we may focus to average income here. So if you say if average income is 1 ringgit, so that means average spending is about increased by 32 cents. So that's for example. So I only show about the only simple only, and this is the coefficient standard error and robust standard error. And these statistic and p-values, we have two of them for this very important here. If the the value for this statistic more than 2, that means this is fully related, and p-values must be lower than 0.05. So average income the only one that reach more than that, this thing. We also can include also with employment status with 2.744 and also lower than that as well as 0.008. For logging for on the hand, same to linear form. So arc square will is 0.652. That means uh, x variable is 65% and 65.2% fully related to x y variable. And another table, f more than 2, that means 9.176, and p value is lower than 0.001, that means lower than 0.05. That means, once again, it's a fully related and co correlated to the any variables, that is average spending per month. So logging form same to a linear form. So once again, average income is very low at 0.001. So that means it is the only, once again, the lowest one for the list. So they compare only lower than 0.05. And then the statistic and p-values, once again, is also low for average income at 4.924 and p-values at 0.001. That means average income, once again, is fully related, mostly related to average spending per month. And employment status also do the same with 3.709 and lower than 0.001. However, average income is the most affected compared to employment status. So in this summary, so the first question is what is the key factor for the spending here? Actually, it's a very strongly affected is the average income per month to the average spending per month. So and also we can include employment status, but because average income per month is a very highly significantly impacted, this is the best variable we choose. And the second question, how is the poor household do when they're facing inflation? So the digital era bring people buy more like advanced goods like gadgets of with essential fast food actually. So it's not like essential good actually. So this will impact everything here. And the third one is policy applications. So the government should strengthen social safety nets. So reach vulnerable like efficiently, effectively. Then I will conclude with conclusion. First, in general, so the pandemic exacerbated pre-existing financial vulnerabilities. So this means there are some effect for negative effect for the households because if this impact everything here, this will decrease the income and this will lead to the employment rate increase year by year. The contribution, on the hand, we focus to better understanding for socio-economic effects. So we understand that socio-economic is must be controlled between socialism and economic. Without this thing, this will impact for the employment rate as well, and even the inflation rate and goods. Limitation, we have some issues here like accuracy of data, overlooking long-term sequences, not fully generalizable, and many effects influencing household spending. And the future ramifications, uh, there are a lot to do, like conducting longitudinal comparative studies, incorporating collective, assessing effectiveness, and broader socioeconomic factors. So that's it for my presentation. So thank you.